Yeah,
5-star hotel and free flights back
meal.
home.
Yeah, and 3 meals a day and the flight free, and also some services like laundry and stuff in that.
Welcome to Talks with Elona, Untold Stories. I am your host Elona, and today on the phone I have Yusuf Al-Sudais. Yusuf is one of the top travel bloggers in Saudi Arabia, and I'm lucky to call him my friend. The way that Saudi Arabia has been handling COVID-19 is very interesting, and Yusuf is going to tell us all about it. Friendly reminder, all the stories in this series, real stories, real people, but also just their opinions. For the most up-to-date and recent information on the coronavirus, please visit the WHO and CDC websites. All right. Hi. Good to see
Hi.
you. Thank you for
Hi,
joining me.
good to see you.
Did you just break fast?
Oh yeah, like an hour or 2 hours ago.
Starts late in Saudi, huh?
Yeah.
Good to see
Well,
you.
yeah, during this Ramadan with quarantine is completely different.
It looks so bright in your house. It almost looks like it's daytime, you know?
Yeah, I put
Lighting
some
is
lights and stuff. Yeah. Thank
All
you.
right. Let's jump into it. So Yusuf, you have like an interesting story because first of all, you're in Saudi, right? And it's going to be interesting for me to hear like how Saudi is handling everything that's happening. But let's backtrack a little bit, and can you tell me and the audience a little bit about like what you do and what your specialty is?
Well, my specialty is traveling. So I am a travel content creator, a full-time traveler. I travel all around the year to everywhere. I collaborate with brands, tourism boards, hotels, airlines, anything related to traveling. And I've been doing this for a long time in social media. So yeah, that's basically what I'm doing.
And so like in the Middle East, you're a hotshot in Saudi, right? Everyone loves you, so you're a
Thank
big
God.
guy.
Yeah, thank God. We're trying.
I hear you. Tell me, so right before everything kind of started to escalate, where were you? You were traveling, right? If I'm not mistaken, were you like on leisure or was it a brand
Yeah,
trip?
I was in Philippines for a work trip with the hotels, but that was like beginning mid-Feb, around mid-Feb. So everything was normal, everything was fine, and then I went to South Africa, to Cape Town.
Mm-hmm.
And when I arrived there, like few days after, everything happened, the whole crisis, and the airports, Saudi shut down the airports and most of countries at that time. So I couldn't go back. And thank God that was my trip. It wasn't a sponsored trip. It was my time going there to see my friends and enjoying my time. So yeah, thank God that I have a lot of people there. I know, like a lot of friends.
Sure.
I was renting
And
place.
how did that happen? So you found out that Saudi shut its borders, right? And
Yeah.
how was that communicated to you, and how did you kind of go about figuring out like what do you do now, right? Like, do you stay there or what's the course of action?
Yeah, at the beginning, I wasn't worried at all because I thought, yeah, it wouldn't be long. It's just a few days or a week maximum because nobody knows at that time. So I said, okay, I just arrived to Cape Town. It won't be a problem. I'll be enjoying my time here because in Cape Town was everything normal at that time. Like restaurants and shops, everything's open. Life is normal.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay, I'll just wait here and enjoy my time till they open it again. But then first week, second week, nothing happened. And yeah, the good thing is, about how the government is dealing with the situation. As Saudis, before we travel to anywhere, we have an app that we go and log in and put all our information. And when we travel, I mean, before the trip,
Mm-hmm.
it's not something mandatory. It's optional. You can do it, but they advise you to do it because it's easier to locate you whenever you are around the world, and they can help you easily. So yeah, I do this all the time before quarantine, corona, anything.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I travel, I always log in and put my information, where I'm traveling, where I'm staying, which hotels, because it's easier. So I did this already before going to Cape Town, and then they contacted me just before when they shut down the airports, the flights. They contacted me. They said, you are in South Africa, and we are the embassy there, and we are now contacting all Saudis to see how they arrange their flights, or we can arrange everything for you. But I told him, no, I'm fine. I just arrived and everything gonna be fine. So don't worry about me. Thank you for contacting me, but don't worry, I'll be fine here. That was the beginning, like the first few days.
Yeah.
And then I stayed there for a few days. I was waiting, something would happen. They will open again, but nothing happened. So I rented a place with my friends for a month. I didn't know, just like, okay, a month, let's see. So I stayed there, and then the embassy were contacting me every day because they contacted all Saudis in South Africa. There is a lot of students, young people in South Africa. They study English, so the majority of the Saudis there are students, and most of them they stay in homestays with families. So when this happened, when they start the lockdown in South Africa, the families asked them to leave because they didn't want people in their houses. So and they don't have any places to go or to stay, and they can't fly back to Saudi. So the embassy contacted all of them, and the government, Saudi embassy, rented a hotel, the whole hotel in Johannesburg, 5-star hotel, and they put all the Saudis there with like free accommodation and 3 meals a day for free, just till the flight. They arranged the flight. So they contacted me, the embassy, and asked me if I want to go and join the Saudis there. But I told them I'm fine here because I rented the place. Please tell me as soon as you have a flight. This is the most important thing. I don't want to go there and stay in a hotel because it doesn't matter where are you until we find a flight. And this is the funny thing, because people from the embassy were contacting me every day, because different people, they think I am a student because most of the people there, they're students. I was the only one missing the list they have, and they keep checking me. Are you okay? Where are you? Where are you staying? Is your family the homestay leave? I said, no, I'm not a student.
Yeah.
I am here just for my own time and vacation. I can take care of myself, because from my point of view, I wanted to save a spot in a hotel for someone who needed it. Because for me, I'm fine. I can stay in a place in Cape Town. I already have a place. But there is many students, they don't have a place and they need that room in the hotel. Yeah. So I rather give it to someone else because I can. And I told them, like, it's fine for me. Just don't worry. I have everything. I am okay. Just let me know once you arrange the flight. And at that point, yes, I will join you.
And do you know, like, was Saudi doing this with all the travelers around the world, or is it maybe specific because it's students there?
No, all Saudis around the world.
Wow. So 5-star hotel and free flights back home.
Yeah, 3 meals a day and the flight free, and also some services like laundry and stuff in the hotel, because some people stay in hotels for a month or two.
Wow.
In different countries. Yeah.
And then, so they got you back to Riyadh, right? What you, like a month after or so, that's when the flights became available. And so what was the process once you got back to Saudi? Were you just allowed to go home, or was there a whole other process back home?
We signed before taking the flight that when we go back to Saudi, we will be in quarantine. Also, the government book hotels here for everyone coming back from out, coming back to the country. So they have hotels already with a clinic and doctors and security, and they ask us to sign that we're gonna stay in these hotels. We can't leave. We can't see our families or friends or anyone. We can't leave the hotel. So of course, everyone signed. We need to go back to the country. For 14 days, we can be in hotel, and then after 14 days, we will do the test. If it's negative, then you can go home. And this is exactly what happened. So when we came back, there is a list from hotels you can choose, and all of them are free with meals and everything. So I chose a hotel. I stayed there for actually 10 days because they came and did the test after a week, and it was negative. And they said, okay, now you can go home, but still quarantine at home.
Yeah.
So thank God, I came back home. Wow. And now I'm here. Yeah.
I mean, that's honestly like the best side of the story that I've seen, and from everyone that I've spoken to, there has not been a single person that told me something this positive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think our government did like the best. I have friends from all over the world, and I've seen how they struggle in different places and stranded in different countries. And I've seen some of my friends, they contacted their embassies, and some of them, they said, no, you with your, like, you do your stuff, we can't do anything for you. Yeah. And when I told them, like, actually with my friends in Cape Town when I was there, and I told them, look, the embassy is calling me, asking me to join them in this free hotel with me. And I said, no. And they said, you're crazy. I said, no,
Right?
it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. And I think this is the moment, like in hard times, you know exactly like how the government put the citizen first. And we always know this in Saudi, but in this time, especially, we saw how the government is dealing with this time by putting us as Saudis number one.
First,
And this is, and this is a very good thing. And I'm always proud as Saudi, but now I like extra proud.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's a lot to be proud of in a situation like this. What is, so, and how is everything now? Just to piggyback off of that, like, are things reopening, or, you know, how are they handling everything?
Well, it was there was a curfew 24 hours when I was in Cape Town. But when I came, they opened now from 9 a.m. till 5 p.m. It will be during Ramadan, but 8 times, which is 4 days, it will be 24 hours curfew, because they don't want people to gather. You know, Eid is the time for everyone to gather, families, and so they want everyone to stay home. So they just announced it now, like a few minutes ago. It will be 24 hours curfew during Eid days.
Oh wow, okay. And prayer, everything is like now happening at home, right? Like mosques
No,
are closed,
no,
and Mecca and everything, right?
nothing. Yeah, everything.
Yeah.
And also, talking about Mecca, that was the biggest and the most important thing. Before anything happened, before even having cases in Saudi, when Saudi decided to close the Holy Mosque, and you know, it was the first time ever to close that mosque, and we never saw it this way and empty. So at that moment, when Saudi government decided to close the mosque, most of Muslims around the world were upset and angry, and like, you know, people talk all the time badly about the government. But now, like after few cases happened, everyone said like, thank God they did this, because imagine, you know, that place, the mosque is
Everyone
always
from
full
all
of people.
over. Yeah.
From all over the world, and it's full always. So imagine it will be like place with the
Yeah.
most cases. So thank God that was a very brave decision, but very great decision at that time before the crisis.
I agree. And let's shift gears just a bit. So your whole life kind of revolves around A, travel, and B, content creation. And now you can't do either one, right? In like, well, creating new content, you can't. So how has your strategy changed? What are you focusing on now with your content?
Yeah, so before coming back to Saudi, I wasn't thinking about content or anything. I was busy with my situation there. So the moment I get back to my home, I decided to start something new on my account, which is like episodes every day. And each episode is talking about something different. For example, one day is telling a travel story that I never shared before. The second day, I talked about the details of an adventure that I've done. Third day, I reposted a trip, one of my best trip before. You know, and then I'll try to every day creating something different for my audience, because this is the only thing that I can do. I can't travel. I can't, share trips. So I think it's going. I started like 3 days ago, and it's going very well. Thank God.
Yeah.
It takes also the good part is it takes a lot of my time. You know, in quarantine we are like
To put it together.
bored.
Right? And
I'm bored all the time. So that was also good for me and good for my followers, because good for me, I spend all the time creating this content by filming, editing, and then good for them to see something, another side of my, let's say, character, or a different thing about. I never shared this kind of stuff on my social media. So this is the first time they hear these stories. This is the first time they see me talking to them in long videos.
Yep.
So it was something new I had to do. And I'll give it a try for a week or two. Let's see. But so far, people loved it.
Yeah, that's all you could do. I mean, first of all, it's good that people see more of your personality. Two, like, this is the time to experiment, because what else are you going to do, you know?
Exactly.
All right.
True.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing them, and I hope you share more stories about what's happening in Saudi, because people like me are very interested. Thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. And Inshallah, I see you soon.
Inshallah,
Thank you.
inshallah. Bye.